Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the weekly report. Let's leave the Strait of Hormuz alone. President Trump was reportedly shocked to see many thousands of Iranians in the street mourning at the funeral of the country's late leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, over the weekend. Khamenei was assassinated by the United States at the beginning of the February U.S. surprise attack on Iran. The U.S. attack on Iran was sold to Trump by Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and U.S. neocons as an easy cakewalk that would lead the Iranian government to fall and be replaced with a U.S.-friendly regime. I thought they hated him, Trump said of the murdered religious leader of Iran. Not only did the Iranian people not rise up to replace their leadership with one friendly to Washington, but the society seemed to have become even more cohesive and patriotic. This should surprise no one, as when similar tragedies occurred in the United States, assassinations, 9/11, etc., we also, as a society, came closer together. In soccer, when you kick the ball into your own goal, it's referred to as an on goal. That is what President Trump achieved with his attack on Iran on February 28th. In fact, it was not just one own goal, but a series of them. The blunder will likely go down in history as one of the worst foreign policy moves in our history. The Iranians did not rise up and declare support for the U.S. American military bases throughout the region are so severely damaged by Iranian retaliation that most cannot be brought back online. Scores of U.S. military equipment has been destroyed or damaged at a cost of tens of billions of dollars. Countries in the region are rethinking their decision to essentially become protectorates of the United States now that it is demonstrated that they cannot be protected by the United States. American military power suddenly looks less powerful. But perhaps the most destructive own goal of the U.S. attack is the Iranian decision to establish control over the Strait of Hormuz. Even in the U.S.-Israeli attacks on last June, the strait was kept open by Iran. It is a vital trade route and in everybody's best interest to keep open the business. The February attack in Iran's strong regional response led the country to embrace what some have called a de facto nuclear weapon, control of the strait. Explaining why he signed the memorandum of understanding with Iran last month, President Trump mentioned the damage being done to the U.S. economy by the closure of the strait and the possibility that matters may even get worse without the agreement. The U.S. economy desperately needed the strait to be open. Now, however, progress toward peace with Iran continues to be thwarted by the stubborn insistence on the U.S. side that the Strait of Hormuz must not be controlled by Iran and that a fee system for passage through the strait cannot be instituted by Iran and Oman. Several skirmishes have already taken place in the area, threatening to take the U.S. back to war. It is in the best interest of the United States to abandon claims on Hormuz, which is thousands of miles away, and live with the consequences of the Trump's mistakes. Another war cannot win what two previous wars have lost. Let Iran control the strait and let international trade and commerce be reestablished. Let's leave the strait alone. Thanks for listening.